Okay, I gotta be honest. This is the most specific video I've ever made, but I promise you there is something for you at this video, even if you haven't had a pregnancy dream. I want to give a word of caution. There's a reason why I haven't been publicly talking about this on social media, dreams and interpretations and what they mean, because not only are they very personal and private to me, so it's like, it's between me and God. I don't have to share it with the world, but also faith can be seen very publicly. So it spills out, like our personal relationship with God can be spilled out and seen publicly. That being said, I wanted to share this because there's an encouragement in this. There's a huge encouragement in this. So dreams. What's so amazing about them is that God speaks to me through some dreams. Not always, not frequently. That being said, not every dream means something. Some dreams are just wacky. Some dreams are me processing the day or an issue I'm facing. Some dreams are anxiety. Some dreams are nightmares. Like, not all dreams mean something. But when they do, I know it in my heart, and I get my pen and I scribble it down in my journal because I want to come back to it and understand it. So yeah, dreams are such a huge part of me. I love talking about it. I love talking with other believers about the ways God spoke to them through that. I just love hearing the ways God speaks to people. If you watch my previous video, he speaks to you in a very personal and private way. Segueing in, please be cautious about this. I think it's very easy to fall into a rabbit hole and look up things, look up interpretations, rely on the world, and also fall into like new age practices and things that aren't really biblically based and all that. I truly believe that God gives us discernment and wisdom to understand the things that we can't understand. That's why I caution this. Like, that's my warning. That's my warning. Okay, now, speaking about my dreams, a couple years ago, I kept having like pregnancy dreams and God saying, you're going to have a baby then, or have a, just tons of them. I wrote all of them down, and there was a particular dream that said a year from now, you'll conceive. And I wrote it down, and I swore that dream meant I was going to have a baby. I just swore it because I had so many dreams like that. And also during that time was when I was unemployed and looking for a job and having the hardest time to get a job as a teacher in education and all that jazz. Turns out the dates and all that I wrote lined up with me getting the interview and me getting my promotions and also me turning into a teacher. And I was pretty much jobless for what felt like 2 years. And, afterwards, I was kind of also disappointed when I realized this dream didn't mean baby and all that. But now I'm starting to see a correlation that God has a promise for you, and that promise will be birthed out in a proper time, in His time. So that's where I'm getting at. If you had a pregnancy dream, have you ever realized and thought that it may be that God's reminding you and comforting you that He has a promise for you and that it will be birthed out in the time being? You might be like, what the heck is she talking about right here? So let me segue to a pregnancy dream that I had recently. Here, let me just read what I wrote. I was sitting on the sofa and God was talking to me there. I was sharing how I wanted a baby, and He was showing me that it was already in place and it was already growing inside of my stomach, and I didn't even know. I just had to take care of what was growing inside of me. And what that reminded me of, again, with pregnancy and God's promises, it reminded me of that God has His promises and they are always there, even if you can't see it. Just like a pregnant woman, for the couple of months, she might not be able to even tell and see that she's pregnant, but she takes care of the body and helps grow the baby, even when she can't see it. So it put me back into that perspective and knowing that God has promises that sometimes we can't see because our outcome looks bleak, and we're not living as if His promises are true. We're not living expectantly. And that was the purpose of this video. Not so much to talk about, oh, you had a pregnancy dream, here's what it might mean, but to talk about that we need to hold on to God's promises. Guys, as we go through each day, we're going to face different people, difficult situations. And if we don't hold on to God's promises, we're going to just crumble. Your job is to nurture the truth that He has given us. And I want to challenge you guys to live each day expectantly that God is working always and His time is perfect. And if you are wondering, like, Rebecca, what are some of these promises that God gives us? Well, first you need to open your Bible and you can find them and read them. One of them is that His mercies are new every day. Another is that He will never forsaken you or abandon you. Another is that He is always a compassionate and loving God. Another is that He will renew and cleanse your heart. There are so many wonderful promises in the Bible that He has given His children. But also, I believe that God speaks to us in very personal ways because He's a personal God. And some of those promises won't be birthed out. Maybe you're tired of me using the word birthed out. It's like, Rebecca, stop with the pregnancy thing. So guys, I want to encourage you in that way. That is the purpose of this video. So if you stuck through, I hope you got something out of it. I hope this video encouraged you, and share it with other people. Even if the title is a little ridiculous. If it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, whatever it is, whatever day it is, whatever time it is. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh my gosh. This is a good turkey. Oh no. That's not safe. That's not safe. I don't know, like, it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning. Wake up and... Like, can you stop yourself from doing that? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?